Thank you guys for joining again. Be sure to subscribe, hit the notification button, be notified for our latest and greatest episodes. This is Grassroots Podcast. Also, be sure to join our Discord where we talk about everything from gaming, culture, hip hop, and everything in between. We have a nice show set up today. I'm Brandon Killabh Hall.
I am the regular Nas, aka Vintage Siri Nas, aka VSN.
Yo,
Other words, I'm the Vision, baby.
Hold on, before all right, Vision. Before we get there, I want to touch on your MAGA hat, but let's go down to the next people. Now, let's go.
I'm Wylson.
And of course, we have our humble staff running shit. Chris, Siv, and Tone is here today. Shout out to these guys. How's everyone feeling? How's everyone?
I'm chilling, but please don't disrespect Mount Vernon, baby. It's Mount Vernon made. It's not a MAGA hat, man.
I'm just saying, man. You came on and it looked like a MAGA hat for a minute. It's like, man. He's coming in.
Nah, man. Mount Vernon made. You know the vibes.
Yeah. You might want to be careful wearing that hat, buddy.
Yeah. Listen, it looked kind of shaky.
You're definitely going to get snuffed by somebody who just catches a quick glance.
Yeah,
so that'd be the worst decision in that person's life.
That hat looks dangerous.
That'd be the worst decision in that person's life to come up on me.
What does the hat say?
Mount Vernon made.
You just purchased that?
No, had that in the tuck.
You didn't have it last week.
He didn't have it last week. He didn't. Look,
sir,
the brim is still fresh. Look, it's not even
like
no
it. I keep my stuff fresh. I don't know how you guys do it in Jersey.
Yeah. He definitely bought that joint out of one of them little quickie stores.
Yeah, the little convenience
shop. Those random hats.
It's not a random hat, son. First of all, yeah. Now you have on a Bulls hat. Last week,
I like that hat too, by the way.
You had the week before was Lakers, Nets.
Don't be one of those guys.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah,
and I'm not bringing up the race card, but it's always white dudes that do it to me.
What?
Yeah.
No matter what hat I'm wearing, they think that's my favorite team.
Yeah,
yo,
that's
man,
a common thing.
Stick with it, man. Stick with it.
Don't be one of those guys.
Yeah,
don't be one of those. I hate that.
Me too. I hate it too.
Because I don't really watch like baseball or nothing like that, but I like to wear baseball hats. Some guy walks up to me, oh, those stingrays or whatever. I'm like,
stingrays.
Because I don't want to be sport.
Because I don't want to be less of a man. I'm nodding my head like an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll be back soon.
Yo, you know, all right.
The Cincinnati Stingrays.
I love the less of the man comment, yo. That's such a real statement because that's really a real thing, yo. When I was learning, real quick before we get into the show, when I was learning about stocks and shit, I was at the pool. And the dude came over and you could tell he knew about stocks. And I was on my laptop really looking at stocks at the time. He came over and said, hey, man, so you seen that stock market crash, right? And I was like, yeah, man, that shit's crazy. He's like, yeah, man. So what do you think about, I don't know, some stocky name. It's like STE or something. I was like, yeah, I think it's going to be great. He's like, you do? I was like, I got that wrong. Got that wrong.
Shooting.
Yeah, man, that's a real thing though. When you wear a jersey, a baseball hat, or anything like that, people automatically assume. But that's team pride and that's all that shit. That's you wearing your colors.
That's him not ready for the smoke. He's unprepared.
Yeah, he's unprepared
for the smoke.
He's unprepared. All right, let's get into it. All right, so what are we talking about today? Chris, what are we talking about? What's the first thing we were talking about today? Because
also, that's how I know that I got older.
What?
Now that you just now mentioned stocks.
Yeah.
I noticed that all of my friends are starting to talk about like stocks and whatever else now.
Well, that's a big wave. That's the big wave in the urban community now.
But I'm not on that wave yet.
Yeah, you know what the word I'm getting tired of too? Toxic. Oh, you're toxic.
No,
Shut up.
No.
Toxic is a lifestyle.
No, toxic. There are some very, very toxic people out in the world. They are very toxic people.
It's a lot.
Don't sit here and say that. Like, see, that's my thing.
What?
We're not even supposed to talk about this.
Let's get into it.
I used to hate shit like energy, toxic shit like that. Those are all real things. Like, let's stop fooling ourselves. When you walk into a room and you have an issue with someone, or you know that you can feel the energy. I don't care what anyone. You can feel it. So yeah, you can also see when someone is toxic. You can see when someone is toxic.
Yeah, you can see when someone's toxic, but these days girls are abusing it.
Yeah.
Like if things just didn't work out with you, the girl, for like normal reasons, all of a sudden she's posting all these toxic memes on the gram about you.
Yo, so
they're about you.
you want me to keep it a buck? I've discovered, I think, what my dilemma is in life. Y'all want to hear it?
Yeah.
Here it goes. My dilemma is this: the guys, not you guys, but the guys, like guys in general, they don't like me because of women. The
Go on.
women, huh?
He said he's going with it.
Yeah. The women
Go on, sir.
feel a way towards me and don't like me because I won't let them have sex with me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I say that to say
This guy's got the golden rod.
no, I don't. That's not. That is yo. All right, come on. Why y'all acting like y'all never turned down a girl or something and
No,
they
go
got
ahead.
spiteful and said that you were gay or said that you were just anything?
Because I had to take, I had to take a shot at you. I had to take a shot.
I know you did. I know you did. Everyone's experienced that. That's a real thing. It's a real thing. But I'll get off my.
But you know what? Hold on, Brandon, you're right, because I worked with a dude at the airport, and I'm not gonna mention any names, but he goes, yo, Nas, you know that dude over there? I'm like, yeah, I know so and so. He goes, yeah, I don't like him. So you ever talk to him? You ever say he's a pretty cool dude? He goes, nah, he looks like he gets a lot of girls. I don't like him. I'm gonna fight him.
That's a real thing, man.
That's
a real thing, and I think that is the dumbest shit ever.
Well, he never
honestly do.
You know, it's funny. Brandon, y'all had to think about it. Like, damn, have I ever turned down sex? The only time that I've turned down sex is I turned it down as a weapon. Like, I only turned it down like when I want to hurt the girl.
He's toxic.
Like she pissed me off. She pissed me off.
Yeah, bad energy.
It's like, nah, I'm not in the mood. No, it's okay.
Yeah, bad.
He's toxic. That's toxic as fuck. That is so toxic. God.
Oh my gosh.
I appreciate your honesty though. But
all right,
yeah, let's get on with it. All right, so what are we talking about today?
Let's start with Kirk Franklin if we're talking about toxic.
Oh yeah, we talking about toxic.
Man did nothing wrong.
Well, let's talk about it. Somebody let's break down what happened.
His son recorded a personal conversation between he and his father. He's an op, man, and he's a curmudgeon. You know,
that's a good word.
He's a curmudgeon, man. Like, who records their father?
Yo, he must have pulled that word out the same place he got that hat, yo.
The quickie
same place you got that hat, yo. You pulled that word out of nowhere.
Nah, I know that one, man. But how do you do that to your father? And this, he went into his plies bag. Come on, man.
So what? All right, so let's break down to the audience. So for what Nas is talking about, over the weekend, Kirk Franklin and his son got into a verbal dispute over social media, which led to his son leaking a taped conversation between him and his father, which again, that's nasty. If you taping people and all that, y'all already know how I feel about that. That shit is disgusting.
It's a weak move, man.
And if you got to do that, what's the point of even having a conversation? Like, that shit is corny to me. But
you can't trust a person that records your personal conversations like that. And that's supposed to be a friend or family member.
Yeah, no.
I mean, well, let's take it to the next level. Your son is not only recording you, but attempting to hurt your career. The career that put food on the table,
his table,
provided for him, and you go out of your way to do something that is so volatile, filled with such, what word am I looking for? Doesn't matter. It was just a very bad thing that his son did. Vitriol. That's the word I was looking for. Vitriol.
Right.
Well,
no, it's just mad whack, man. You don't record your father and try to ruin his career.
He didn't put money in your bank account, man.
But even that, there's a lot of that going on. Like, y'all seen the shit with Benzino and his daughter. Like, there's a lot of, I feel like that's a generational thing. I guess that's where I'm getting at. I feel like this generation either doesn't have respect or they feel like it's
he's 33. I can see Benzino's daughter. She's in her early 20s. Yeah. Okay, Ma. She's mad. You could tell when I watched that video, it's coming from a place of love. I mean, she's hurt by her father. And anybody, like, I have daughters, and daughters are extremely close to their father. So that comes from a place of hurt. Not saying he's not hurt, but you're 33. You could have squabbled with your pops. You could have put that. My father has offered to fight me many a times. I turned him down all the time.
Smart man.
Well, he's dead now. I'll whip his ass now. But
Well, now.
Yeah, like now.
Yeah.
You want to talk shit now when he's down. Like, what the fuck? Yo, only Nas, man.
Yeah,
But
I turned him down
agree.
many a times, man. That
I
dude was
agree.
short,
I agree.
dark, angry.
My thing is that with Kirk, I should say, he came down on his son, I feel like, in the heat of the moment. And I don't know that he would have addressed it publicly had his son not, you know what I'm saying, did what he did. The problem here though is that the communication between them is obviously going awry. Like why do people feel the need to address their loved ones or family members via social media? Do we ever think about that? Like why go and do that to someone that you say that you love? I don't understand. I don't understand things like that. Well, no, hurt people, and I get all of that. But at what point do you draw the line? Like, at what point do you start to look at things objectively and say, "Hey, maybe I shouldn't have done this, or maybe I could have handled this differently, or maybe I could have just had a conversation with my father or loved one or whatever the case may be." I don't think that. I don't know that sentiment is expressed throughout the masses just because everyone is you know, they're obviously siding with Kirk Franklin, but also yelling at him too. Like, you know, they're looking at him like he's scum and all these things just because again, Kirk Franklin is holier than thou, and you know what comes with that life. Like, you're automatically looked at as you're supposed to be a certain way, similar to what we do on a day-to-day basis in this podcast and everything else. You're supposed to behave a certain way. It's expected that you behave a certain way.
Yeah, but who would see that's the whole issue right there, right? Expectations.
Mm-hmm.
He's human. Kirk Franklin is human, and he got angry. The same way Alec Baldwin got mad at Ireland Baldwin when he yelled at her, and his ex-wife recorded him and put it all over the internet, and he was bad mouthing his daughter. The same way Lawrence Fishburne is not talking to Montana Fishburne for doing the adult movie.
They do, yeah.
So it's whose expectations? These people are human. Oh, because their job is in front of a camera, or he sings religious songs that he's supposed to be better. How?
I mean, to your point, I think that we've reached a point where our expectations have been lowered for preachers and holy figures. Reason I say that is because we've seen preachers rob from people, own mansions, jets. We've seen a preacher perform cunnilingus. Like, what he did is nothing. Cursing out his son, that's nothing.
Well, that's my thing.
He's a present father.
But that's my thing. The fact that people are killing Kirk Franklin for coming down on his son that he raised, like, because his son steps out of bounds, and you know, like, I guess, are we losing ourselves from a structural perspective? You know what I mean? Like, how is that? How can you look at this as wrong? That's like think about it, Nas. Let's say your daughter, she's gonna grow up, obviously, and let's say one day, she will, and as she grows up, she's gonna become an adult, right? And for whatever reason, God forbid, you guys have a squabble of sorts. Her going online, would you expect for her to go online? Wouldn't you feel like at least you guys would have some sort of a dynamic or relationship enough to just address it over the scenes? Like, wouldn't you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think your reaction would be to some shit like that?
I mean, I would hope that our relationship would be a point where she could just pick up the phone and call. But if she did go online, I mean, I get kind of mad for like the first hour, and then I'm like, all right, well, it is out now. Nothing I can do about it now.
Well, that's the thing. Nothing you can do now.
Yeah. So it's, go ahead, Wilson.
Oh no, my fault. I didn't know she was going. So
it's just like, yo, hey, I would hope that I would have the same mentality. That is nothing I could do about it now. I would hope that I wouldn't get too mad, because I could barely get mad at her now. She had a little attitude this morning before she went to soccer practice, and I told her, you know what? Instead of yelling, I'm like, everybody has a bad day, you know, and you having a bad day right now, but it's not going to change. Your ass got to go. So get out there.
I don't know, man.
Go ahead, Wilson. What you saying?
No, I was just gonna say, if I was the father of a daughter, I wouldn't care if she like recorded like a conversation of me like being mean to her or anything like that. I'd rather that than her be cool with me, but be online like these Instagram models popping the booty or
for
being
sure.
inappropriate in that way.
For sure.
I'll take the, you want to expose me? That's cool.
I'm
That's
good
fine.
with my
So
stuff. I'm good with my
see-
stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing I look at it too, because like Kirk didn't really care about all that. He was like, listen, I'm gonna talk to you like father to son. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, yeah, because you at that point you 33, right? And that's what the old man told me. Yeah, at a certain point, like, all right, you were my little boy. I still love you. You my son, but now you're a grown man too.
yeah.
And if you step out of line, I got to treat you like I would treat anybody else in the street and put you back in your place.
Yeah.
And that's
Exactly.
what type of father speaks to his son that way? Dog, you're 33.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're 33.
You're 33.
You're a grown man. Like my pops ain't telling me, you know, hey, just take no. He's giving it to me straight.
Yeah.
Like, but that's how I am.
I think that's good parenting, man. Because
listen, I'm rolling with you, Wilson, just on a simple fact of I think we have lowered. I think we let a lot of things go. Like I forgot about you forget about those little things with priests stealing shit from the churches and you know all these little scandals and stuff like that come out. We do 100% turn a blind eye to certain things. Do you think we would if Kirk Franklin was not a minister, pastor, whatever
if he was Plies?
Let's say if he was Plies. Let's say if he was Plies. Like that's just pretty funny. If he's Plies, like would we still feel the same? Because Plies is very much and I don't even know how we got on Plies. Let's say he's Plies, right?
Because his son said he brought out his inner Plies.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I'm laughing at, because how do out of all inner people in your body, you got an inner Plies.
But you know what? That's how you know his son was hurt, because that's still a joke to his old man.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, everybody think you this big time preacher and you holier than thou, but little do they know that you're really Plies in disguise. You know what I mean? So, but if it was Plies, I would be saying the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, like
I'm pretty sure his son deserved it. For him to threaten to break a 33-year-old man's neck.
Yeah.
He probably did something crazy.
Yeah, that's my only thing. Like
he went a little overboard.
Listen, I think
Kirk was on point, because you got to think about it. Let's say you have to threaten, you're that angry at your son, right? That you have to threaten to break his neck. That means that your son is the type of person that probably gets people this mad all the time. Now, you're not actually going to lay your hands on him, but somebody else in the street might.
Right,
So he has to learn that lesson. He has to get checked. You know what I'm saying? Or else he's going to bring that energy outside. Somebody suplex him.
Yo, can you imagine Kirk Franklin suplexing his son?
Yeah, I could, man. Yo, that die running down Kurt's head.
Yo, you have to y'all have to relax. Y'all have to relax.
Relax. That guy's running. He's sweating. His eyes are burning. His son is now saying, "Chill, you got chill, stop." You know, you lose them family fights. You got to chill.
Yeah, you think he would be like? You think he beats him with scriptures and shit? Like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure he's like he turned into Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction.
Yo.
And strike down upon thee with great
vengeance and furious anger. Ezekiel, boy. Yeah, but we joking obviously to the audience, but I think that Kirk Franklin would naturally be. He always strikes me as a very intense, passionate person. But a controlled one. Like, you know, he gives off the minister vibes, right? Like the very strong
reformed man.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. I think is he you can see he's done his due diligence in trying to curb some old behaviors and some old ways. And I think that his son was the one person that got him to get out of character. Because think about how many people have come out or come at Kirk Franklin throughout the years, between, you know, questioning his ministry, his practices, down to his business ethics, to where it takes his son to bring him back to where he says, "Hey, look, you're about to bring me back to a place that I've prayed on,
Fam,
that I have prayed on, fam."
take a look at this. Kirk Franklin is 5'5", born in Fort Worth, Texas, right outside of Dallas. Grew up in the 70s and 80s.
In the 70s and 80s, kids.
That's
a different type of anger.
Did you know how much he had to fight just to go praise the Lord at 5'5" in Texas? Oh, you ain't playing football? You ain't playing, but you at the choir. Listen, man, I'm trying to tell y'all, dog. I'm trying to get to this milk and honey. I'm trying to get to heaven, and y'all keep bringing me back, man.
But that's the other thing. Even we joke about height. 5'5". I could think about the Napoleon complexes there. I could think about always feeling inferior.
Yeah.
And then
Napoleon was actually 5'10" too. That was a rumor started by Brandon.
No, I know, but I'm saying that the Napoleon complex is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that's a good Snapple fact because I didn't know that. But
yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's like Donald Trump's hands.
You got little baby hands.
Same thing.
That's definitely the same thing. But I just think that with given all of those things and given what Kurt has been through, you would think that the safe haven would be a loved one, like you know what I'm saying, your son. So of course you wake up and see that shit. I'm sure that would take anyone back to a different place in their life, whatever that place derived from. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we joke, we talk about all this, but in short, I do hope that they resolve this shit. Like, because that's a crazy situation to be going through with your son online. Like I've seen a lot of those types of relationships. They never end well. Sometimes they do, but
I'll get back to it because Kirk Franklin said that he's been like this his whole life. So. But
that's my thing. At what point do you start to listen? And that's the only reason why
they got to fight. To be honest with you, that's what it sounds like. He sounds like he wants to challenge the old man for the crown.
So let's say he challenges the old man for the crown and loses.
Go back into your room, son. Go move in. Go back to your bedroom.
That's one outcome. But now let's say he beats his father.
Mm-hmm.
Then what happens?
Then y'all talk after.
His father has to walk into the forest and never be seen again.
He's got to look at the flowers. Go look at the flowers.
Yeah. Why not? Then you talk.
Especially a dying dog. You just.
Yeah, they probably may have to fight. I don't know who I'm kidding. I'm trying to be kumbaya. They may have to fight. I'm gonna pray for them. Like, what am I fooling? I'm gonna pray for them. I don't blame Kirk Franklin at all. Disrespect shouldn't be tolerated in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
Spare the rod.
Yeah. So we'll pray for those guys. Well, I mean, if we're talking about battles, another battle is coming up next week with Verzuz, which I'm really, really excited about. Let's get into that. So Ghostface, RZA, and who else is battling? There's one more person.
Raekwon the Chef.
And Raekwon.
Ghostface versus Raekwon.
Yeah, Ghostface versus Raekwon next week versus. Yo, that should be a really, really good battle. And even though obviously that won't be a battle, that's clearly just gonna be a fucking Shaolin duel. Like that's gonna be fucking two monks in a studio just dueling of drunken style all night long.
This joint reminds me of remember back in the day in high school, the Subway series, the Mets versus the Yankees.
The Mets versus the Yankees.
That's it. Like the rest of the country does not care. But New York, the tri-state area is gonna be on fire.
Yeah, if you're from the tri-state area, this should be a really, really good night. I plan to watch this shit on my TV, not on my phone. Like I will be glued to that. That should be a really, really.
I got
really
Ghosts.
Good event. You got Ghosts?
Of course, Ghostface.
Yeah,
Killah.
I think I got Ghosts too. If I'm
GFK,
keeping it all the way above.
Ghostini, B.
Even though Raekwon got records though.
Yeah,
Raekwon got records.
They got two different styles.
They do. Yeah. I mean, respectfully, I'm going with Ghost though. I'm going with Ghost. I have to go with Ghost.
Ghost is one of my favorite artists of all time, man.
Yeah, Ghost. Even though he I feel like he's one of the more prominent artists, especially within Wu-Tang. I think that he's always been kind of overrated. I always felt like the front.
Overrated or underrated?
I mean, underrated. Sorry, underrated. But because he's over. I don't know. It's something about it, and maybe I could be missing that too. But I never felt like he really got his just due when you think about them. He's mentioned obviously, but Ghost is he's just different from me. He you know he again is one of those artists that has always epitomized hip hop New York to me. Like even I was watching Fade to Black the other night. And Slick Rick came out and put all his chains on him, all these old school chains on him, and he came out on stage with the chains on, and he had a purple robe on. I'm like, yo, it's just so Wu-Tang, so New York, so like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm happy about it. It should be a really, really good night. I wonder if do you guys think there's gonna be any special guests or anything?
Yeah, all of Wu-Tang.
The whole Shaolin, the 36 chambers will be there.
All of them are going to be there.
They should be.
If he brings out Carl Thomas, that might be fire. Sid, make sure you put Ghostdini in the back, man, on the green screen, man.
On the green screen.
Make sure you put Ghostdini back there, man. But you know what it's like? I heard Ghostface Killah say, and this is what's important about how you let your team grow. He goes, him and You God, there's two different stories. You God says if RZA would have let them work with other producers and trying to produce, instead of trying to produce everything, the group individually probably would have been better. And I say that to say, Ghostface Killah said in the interview, my bars have never been lacking, but my beat selection, I could have done better on. And I think that's what hindered me.
That 100% hindered him, though. Like, a lot of those guys, though, it was a lot of them that I felt just the production didn't match up to their bar quality. But that didn't.
And that's not a slight at RZA either. Let me just say that's
not a slight. That's public knowledge. But I kind of feel like RZA touched on that at one point too. Didn't he do an interview at some point where they mentioned their whole? No, they did touch upon all of this. Now thinking about it, the Wu-Tang doc, when they were sitting in the theater and they were talking about all the friction. Yeah, they talked about all of this. Where so for the fans that to give you guys some context, there was some doc that happened. I think it was on Showtime where this was the first time where Wu-Tang had gotten back together in I don't know how many years, where they all were collectively together in some movie theater. And they talked a lot about their internal issues. They talked a lot about, feeling like certain members in the group were put on pedestals where certain ones weren't. And they talked a lot about that whole divisiveness of feeling like they wanted to go and work with other people and feeling like they were hindered in doing so. But I like the fact that if you watch the doc, I like how they address their own issues. Like, yo, we should have talked. Like, I had a beef for years. Like, I was going through my own stuff. Like, they found out stuff about each other within that theater as they were watching all this shit. So, yeah, I don't think that's a slight. I think, if anything, it was them being transparent with not only their audience but with themselves and saying, yeah, we had some internal issues, and yeah, we weren't doing stuff, but we figured it out. I think that overall, I kind of think that it brought them together. I think if it wasn't for them, I don't even know. I can't remember who put that together within Wu-Tang, but it was one of them that put it together.
Probably RZA.
No, I don't remember. I don't want to say who it was just because I don't remember who it was. I don't believe it was RZA.
But can you imagine real quick, Brandon, while you think about that, Ghostface on a Dr. Dre beat in like 98, 99? Or Tim and Magoo, Timbaland producing Ghost. Good Lord, the heat that we missed out on.
Well, I mean, think about the Ghost and Beyonce record.
Yeah.
All the guys that approach me. Ghost killed that verse. Like, he kills that verse.
Yeah, he murdered it.
I still like that song he did with Charlie Baltimore. That's a class. Shay La Ghost.
Yeah.
That's the joint he did with Charlie Baltimore. Oh my gosh.
I can't think of the name of that record too.
All right, now I'm gonna look it up real quick. But yeah, Ghost is the man, B.
Yo, but it took me to that though. I felt like the only way you could do a Wu-Tang battle would be you would have to battle someone within Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's too many records at that point. Like, what other, and we keep talking about this just because we didn't think that this would really happen, but obviously it's happening next weekend. But what other group would you put up against Wu-Tang?
Dipset. Dipset. That's it. Who else? Who else are you gonna get?
Yeah,
Who else are you really gonna get? What group?
that has
And
the
you
amount of catalog, right?
like you would have to go way back, Mr. Peabody in the way back machine to like NWA.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You go
I mean, you could put the Locks up against them.
the lot.
Mhm.
It have to be the D Block era, like the mixtape
yeah.
era.
It'd have to be the mixtape era.
Because you're going album for album.
Yeah, if we talk, well, yeah. Well, what's the rubric though? Are we going album for album, singles for single, or are we just going bodies of work? Because that's the other thing. Have they said what this will be?
Stand Up. That's the name of the Charlie Baltimore record. Stand Up. No, I think they're just going song for song, which is going to be weird because I think it's just this verse is just going to highlight how dope Ghost and Raekwon is because they did a bunch of work together.
Yeah.
Like, who's gonna play Daytona 500?
Mm-hmm.
Which one of them is gonna? Like, technically, is on the Ghost album.
That's on the Ghost album technically, but they both could play it.
Yeah. So it's like, so what do we? This is Subway Series. This is a Subway Series because I don't see, like, unless you're a real hip hop fan, I don't see Texas, Arizona, Cali checking in, Mississippi. I don't see these cats checking in.
I disagree with you. It's Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang is international
With kids, for the kids.
Yeah. And
Wu-Tang is for the
kids. Wu-Tang is 100% for the kids. So
And even the Thriller name or Triller name is pretty big. People might tune in just for that.
That's true. That's true too. That's true too. But I think again, you could go. I've been everywhere in the world, and there's no place where I've been where I didn't see someone walk around with a Wu-Tang shirt. Just the W. Just the W. Like it's not they've made it synonymous with just hip hop, martial arts, and everything else in between. Like it's kind of the reason why I started watching those dubbed movies. You know what I'm saying? The mixed martial arts movies, because you heard all these shit, the Shaolin, the fight on these tapes and shit, and it's like, damn, yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's just culture. It's culture. Chris, I want you to talk a little bit about Triller. Talk to us a little bit about Triller.
Yeah, we have to give a big congratulations to Tim and Swizz because they finally signed that deal with Triller to partner up and I guess to produce these verses, these battles now. So a big part of that deal was that they both received equity in Triller, and they're splitting the shares with all the performers that have performed on Versus so far.
Yeah, that's fire.
Does that include new artists? Like, is Ghost and Raekwon gonna get equity now, or is that just the past?
I have no idea.
I would assume it's just the past, the ones that helped build it to where it got to.
That's what I think, because I know I saw a list of names. It was like Nicki Minaj. It was
can't just keep on giving up equity and run out.
Yeah. If you give up too much equity, you'd be out of here.
Yeah, I watch a lot of Shark Tank. So that evaluation that they got bought for.
Yeah.
You know what that valuation is?
Fam. See,
that's dope.
You are on your adult and shit, Wylson. You watching Shark Tank. You don't gotta be into stocks.
You're on your adult stuff. You're watching Shark Tank.
Well, I'm multi-dimensional, man.
All right,
I'm an adult and a child at the same time.
Multifaceted.
Easy, Rick Sanchez.
Gary Sanchez. Oh man, yeah. But look at all the business moves that are happening out there. Companies are buying companies. Smaller parent companies are partnering with larger companies. There's a lot of good business being done out there. It leaves me hopeful. It leaves me hopeful. The other thing though too is that it leaves me hopeful that more opportunities will open up, just because I look at it like if these lower level and higher level businesses are doing business now, given where we are from a climate perspective with COVID and all of and states opening up, it lets me know that the world may possibly be opening up, and there's a light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm not mad at it. I think it's dope. I think it's actually really, really dope.
Yeah, good business deal, man. But we said that at the beginning when Versus first came out. We said we hope that Tim and Swizz could turn this into some sort of lucrative deal.
Yeah, but I wonder what happens now, because again, if the world opens up, do you think that they'll just start to do versus live and concerts and
Yes, that with Triller signing on, they're probably going to expand the genre. Like I feel like you kind of exhausted hip hop a little bit. How many legends can you really bring on? Now they can bring on pop stars. You can bring on other genres.
They're gonna start to bring on like Garth Brooks and shit like that, like obscure artists.
Garth Brooks will watch a lot of these country artists.
But that's what I'm saying. You got to name the elites. Think about a versus with Garth Brooks
versus Kenny Chesney.
Versus Kenny.
Get him out of here, Kenny Chesney. Get him out of here.
Let me. Kenny would get him out of here.
Shania Twain versus Reba McEntire. Shania, get out of here. Reba, get washed up.
Reba.
Come on, man. Y'all ain't think I knew all that, huh?
I'm impressed. I'm actually very impressed.
Yo, the Grammys are tonight.
I believe so.
Grammys are tonight.
We gotta send some prayers out to Royce, man. Royce got to bring home that Grammy.
Yeah. First and foremost,
he's about to bring it home.
To the audience, viewers, listeners, 100% pray for Royce the 5'9" in a good way. Obviously, he's doing fine, but he's nominated for a Grammy. Royce's family, I love Royce. Royce is one of the people that he deserves it. Like,
do you think I saw Freddie Gibbs was up there. Do you think Benny Butcher should have been up there? Yeah. Oh, is he up there? See, Benny Butcher's album was a hard album, man. He should have got nominated. That album was hard.
Well, I don't know. Do you think I know that the Grammys have different measuring tools or whatever, but you never see like a Beanie Siegel or like a Benny the Butcher get nominated for a Grammy, even though when you think hip hop and culture, that they epitomize where it starts, like the grit, the story, the realism, the transparency. So,
Hold on.
Boom, 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 boom.
D Smoke is nominated in there? That's
it's not great. It's not.
Go from a reality show.
But that's why.
You got nominated for a Grammy on your first album?
Listen, well, D Smoke's first album was really good. Keep it.
No, D Smoke is fire. I'm just shocked.
But I'm not though. You got to look at the machine. That Netflix machine helps, dog.
That's crazy.
Like those machines, they matter. They matter.
That's crazy. Did Nas get a Grammy yet?
I don't know.
No, just nominations.
Just nominations, I believe. I don't know that he ever won a Grammy, right?
Yo, D Smoke is dope. But if you get one before Nas, I'm a little. That's gonna get tighten me up just a little.
But why though? This is politics. You don't know how this game goes by now. It's all politics. It's who you know, what you know, how people could use you or misuse you. It's all of that. And it's all a lot of people playing the long game versus like the real game.
Yeah, I mean, take like Royce and Freddie, for example. They've been putting in how many years just to get one nomination?
Nomination, fam. And that's something. Freddie is finally getting acknowledged. Like, it shouldn't take that long. Yo, these are lyricists. If we're doing hip hop genres and we're talking about music and hip hop and culture, why is it taking decades upon decades for the artists that have time and time again not only rapped but rap circles, but not only rapped in rap circles, but have now created new pockets in hip hop?
Hold up, Nas is up there too.
Nominated?
Yeah, for
in the same category as Royce.
King's
Disease. Same category. Yep, same album.
So Allegory and what else?
All right, so here I'll run them down. It's Freddie Gibson, The Alchemist.
Okay.
For Alfredo, you have Nas for King's Disease, Royce the 5'9" for The Allegory, Jay Electronica for A Written Testimony, and then D Smoke for Black Habits.
Yeah, this is politics.
Because listen to that lineup, yo. Listen to that lineup.
Listen, man. Like Jay Electronica, we waited for that album for 20 years, and that was more of a whole album.
That's not true. I hate it when people say that. That's not true.
That is true.
That's not.
That is true, sir.
It's not true.
That's not true.
I listened to it.
I listened to it too. That's not. What was there a heavy Hove influence on the project? Yes, it was.
Hove's about 30% of the project.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
But you know what? Let's all right.
Imagine if it was other features.
That's what I was about to say. Thank you. You just took the words right out of my mouth. I would rather it be Hove on the project because that's his man and he's trying to uplift his dude versus putting a whole bunch of artists on a project where it won't flow cohesively.
And it was also Hove going off of Jay Electronica's wave.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't Jay Electronica coming to Hove sound. It was Hove doing Jay Electronica sound. So
yeah,
that's because Hove is the GOAT.
Look,
he has mastered all.
That's a fact.
He has mastered all styles. You got to put him up on. And there's no disrespect. I love Bone Thugs and Harmony. If they came out with an album and Hove was 30% of that album, he would be rapping fast just like them.
Hove used to rap fast.
That's not true.
Exactly.
What do you mean? Hove used to rap fast.
No. I'm talking to Nas saying that if Hove did an album with Bone Thugs and Harmony,
his shit would be fire. That shit would be fire.
Well, we can say Hove with anybody would probably be fire.
Because Hove is fire.
Yo, if I'm keeping it a buck,
I hate you, yo.
Yeah.
I hate this guy, yo.
Yo, wait, hold on. I think I was rolling with Wylson. I think.
Roll with me.
Come with me. Come with me. Yo, yeah. No. So no. I think this is what I want to say. I think if Hove would have done a album with Bone Thugs, I think he would have rapped fast, just given that time. Because I think about Hard Knock Life Tour, where they were freestyling. It was him, X, a whole bunch of people. But during that time, Hove was still rapping pretty fast.
That joint would work. Hove would do it for like one song. Fast rapping is dead.
It is.
Nobody's impressed with your fast lyrics.
Listen. Don't disrespect Bone Thugs.
I'm sorry.
Don't disrespect Bone.
I got to get a little disrespectful here because it's 2021.
Right.
Okay. We've already seen Twister. We've seen The Brat. We've seen all these fast rappers. We've seen Bone Thugs and Harmony. No disrespect to them because they're dope. Melodically and all that. No disrespect to them. But nobody today is going to listen to an album of all fast rap.
Who's the name of fast rapper right now?
Not happening.
Can't because they
can't.
Listen, but besides
I'm gonna tell everybody.
don't get disrespectful. Besides,
no, I like Bone Thugs, but
Griselda, them Griselda boys out of Buffalo.
Yeah, but they're not.
The Baby. I'm saying I'm talking about lyricists.
Oh, lyricists.
I'm just in the vets. And I don't. It's too many vets to name. Like I'm talking about cats that's been in 15, 20 years. Royce, Ghost, Meth, all them cats. The new generation. I'm fucking with really Griselda.
Well, Griselda. The funny thing about them, even though I wouldn't even consider them new generation, they're our age.
Yeah, but they're the new class.
Now you can hear it though. You can taste it in the cook-up.
No. I agree with
that those dudes are not new generation.
They're not new. I agree with you. Their sound is polished. They know who they are. They know who their audience is.
Boom.
But you can feel the Old Spice.
Me too. But I'm saying the industry standard is that they're the new freshman class of sorts. Like they're ushering in that wave of new sound, new everything. I'm with you though. I don't look at them like that at all, just because of how they carry themselves, how they're like just their artistry as a whole, like how they just epitomize artists. It's certain people that just look like artists and carry themselves like artists. And so for me, I just think when you're thinking hip hop and you're thinking culture and you're thinking especially a genre like this, at some point we have to start to look at those artists that really don't get the Grammy nods that they're supposed to when they're kind of the godfathers of the shit that we're even judging in the first place. And that's all I'm saying. I just think that we have to look at that differently.
But you know what's funny though? Like all the dudes that are around like our age, and even when they start off as new artists, they're just like dope, like a cut above the rest. You could look at Griselda. I think the best example is D Smoke. Because you could watch that whole entire competition of, people with the newer school type of rap style. D Smoke came in there 33, destroyed everybody.
It was a few people in there. D Smoke was one of them. It was another girl from the Bronx. And then it was another dude that I thought for sure was going to be in the end with D Smoke when that shit came out. But when I first heard D Smoke, I said, "Oh no, he's an artist. Like he plays a million instruments. He plays the guitar, piano, saxophone, classical
He's
music.
hip hop's Prince.
Yeah, that's a very good thing. He speaks 2 languages or I think it's more than 2 languages now thinking about it. But you know what it is though, and that's the funny thing about D Smoke. I could see how people will eventually start to hate on D Smoke, just because of the fact of how talented he is. Just because he can do anything, and people don't like. Yeah, and people don't like when you can do anything.
See, the thing I think the one thing he's got to shake off is the Kendrick comparison. He sounds a lot like Kendrick, voice wise, even some of the production, like it's too similar. So he's got to find his like his own special lane.
His own lane.
Oh, yo, and Kendrick raps fast. He does that and then slows down and goes and speeds.
Nah, not like that.
Not like that.
Kendrick not like you just out there with the.
Yeah, like
I don't know one Kendrick song where he does that.
Yeah, Kendrick, you can at least make out shit. There's certain songs now, even with Bone Thugs, I still don't know what the fuck they were saying. I just be mumbling with everyone else, like it's certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's mad records. I still don't know till this day what they were saying. I'll probably never know. That secret will die with them.
That secret will die with
word. So,
oh man.
But shout out to Royce. I heard that there was I know Royce did a live stream. I know he had Joe up there, a bunch of Slaughterhouse. I know that they hinted at Slaughterhouse. I'm not getting my hopes up yet. I've gotten my hopes up over the years, so I'll definitely say a prayer for that with the consumer as well as everyone else. But definitely send some love and prayers up to Royce. I really, really hope that he wins. I'm honestly just happy he got nominated, yo. Like that project, I put that up there with like 444, a bunch of those projects. I put that up there with the woke projects for me of 2020 that really, really for me changed how you viewed the black dollar, if that makes sense.
Almighty black dollar.
Yeah, so I think that was a really, really important body of work. Is there anything else we have to cover today while we're here? Is there anything else pertinent happening?
Well, the marvelous Marvin Hagler passed away.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. He was 66 years old.
66, yeah.
But the crazier thing about it,
here we go,
is the fact that his ex-foe, Thomas the Hitman Hearns, has basically alluded to the fact that it was due to complications with the vaccine.
That's
a developing story.
But that's a developing story.
I'll keep everyone posted on that.
Yeah, I bet you will.
I fucking hate Wilson.
But I'm just saying that's another one of our black legends that have taken the vaccine. And
I
then
knew
all
that this is where you were going. I knew that this is where you were going.
Hey man, I go even deeper with this thing. Want me to let you know what I think this vaccine is really for?
No.
Sterilization.
Sure.
Sterilization.
Yeah, why not?
He's gonna say sterilization.
For shits and giggles, Wilson Theory 101. Let's go. Let's go.
Here we go. This is technically can't even be referred to as a vaccine, okay? Because it doesn't operate the same way, where you take a dead cell or whatever, introduce it to the body, so then the body can learn how to fight it off. Instead, it's like a synthetic version of COVID, okay? But what I think it's for, I think that this vaccine is going to begin to cause reanimation, post-mortem reanimation.
Are you talking about Civ? If you don't put zombies up,
that's all I'm saying.
Can you put zombies in back of his screen, please?
That's all I'm saying.
Zombies in back of his screen, yo.
You guys are making it a joke. I said it in a very scientific way.
You know what?
Post-mortem reanimation. That's what's coming.
You know what I'm gonna stop doing? I'm gonna stop doing that.
What?
Because a lot of people thought I was crazy when I said certain things this past year or this year. So no, I take it back. I still want the fucking zombies in back of his screen. Put them in back of mine too. I'm rolling. I support you. I support you.
It's not that far-fetched.
Yeah, it is.
This is how all the movies went.
And put zombies in back of Nas's screen.
No,
too.
do
Everyone
not
gets
put
zombies. You
no,
get a
no,
zombie. Nas gets a zombie. Everyone gets
not
zombies.
put zombies on my joint, B. And if it is, put the Method Man mummy from 4, 3, 2, 1.
If you could put Negan behind me.
Negan.
Because if you think I'm not forming my own community, when it goes down,
when it goes down, listen,
Nas can laugh now. He's gonna be knocking on my fence, begging to come in.
Yo, the people
I'm gonna come out with a bat.
The people that said I was crazy when I watched Naked and Afraid. I know how to start fires. I know mad shit. I'm 100% prepared for the zombie apocalypse. I'm 100% prepared. The only thing I'm missing is like a little pot. Like that's the thing that you need. Like
well, I'm dead in the week. I'm dead in the week anyway. I got two little ones, so I gotta watch them.
They're probably. You ever seen the movie Airplane? They're probably gonna eat your carcarcass. Give it like 2 months. If they get really hungry, they'll eat you.
Yeah, I'm dead in the week. But
have you guys ever seen that movie where the plane crashes on this
Alive?
Yeah, Alive. You ever seen that?
Yes, I have.
Not you, Nas. You probably were on set.
That's based on a true story soccer team in the 70s.
It is. It's soccer team. So a soccer team. Let's give some context. So the movie I'm referencing is a soccer team on their way to, I believe, on their way to the championships. They crash and it's freezing cold. I'll say it's Antarctica, wherever the fuck it is. But
no, it's a high ass mountain, but it's just a high mountain, a snow-capped mountain.
Yeah, but so long story short, they're struggling to survive, and as it gets thicker and thicker out there, they start making some real tough decisions as people either die or start to die.
Just say go out. Come on, say it, Brandon. They ate that man's ass.
They ate the guy's ass.
It's the most fatty part.
It's the fattiest part.
They were crying.
Freezing, eating frozen ass cheeks.
Jerky ass.
Jerky ass.
Oh, they didn't start a fire?
Yeah, they did. But
they did start a fire. But I mean, think about it. They were running out of water. They tried that movie is crazy. That's a good movie. Go watch. I gotta
be careful with that though. That's how you get mad cow disease.
Yeah, but that's
from what cow?
From what cow though? What are you talking about? They were eating, huh?
No, when you eat people. When you're a person eating a person, you can get mad cow disease. That's how cows get it, from eating other cows. The more
somebody check.
No, I know that. But it's like I'm
not rolling with that.
No, that's how mad cow disease.
I know that. That's how it.
But you get like shakes. But you get like shakes. You get
I'm
shakes.
talking about person to person is what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, no, that'll mess you up. That'll mess you up.
Eating another person.
Yeah.
Even if it's cooked.
Yeah, I wouldn't make that a habit. I'm not those those tribes out in the South America in the Brazilian jungle.
I guess that wouldn't be too healthy given bacteria and shit like that in the body.
I'm gonna pass on that. I'm gonna pass on the ass.
I'm gonna pass on that too.
Then what part of the human would you eat? What part?
I'll be dead.
A tricep.
Yeah, tricep, bicep.
I'll take down a tricep.
I'll take down a thigh. I go a thigh or chest. A chest should be.
Love me some thighs.
Jesus,
we'll all be nuts up on that mountain.
Yeah, we'll be out of control, as if we already aren't.
That's it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. I don't know. I don't think there's anything else to cover today. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for rocking with us. Let us know what you guys think about all of the topics that we talked about today, as well as let us know what you guys would like for us to talk about. I want to do more of that. I want to connect with the audience a little bit more. Tell us what you guys would like to hear us talk more about and give our thoughts about, and we'll try to fit that into the show and or just within our process. So that said, we're gonna get out of here. I'm Brandon Killabh Hall.
Vintage Series Nas, aka regular Nas.
I'm Wylson.
And of course, Chris and Civ. And as always, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification button, be notified for our latest to the greatest episodes. And as always, the Discord, be sure to join that. There's going to be some new exciting things, and you guys will eventually start to meet some new people from our Discord that we'll start to bring on that are really, really, really great people. So I'm excited to introduce these people to the audience. That said, we will catch you guys later. Be safe, be sound, be cool. We out.
Peace. Chris, cut it. You cut it right here, man.
Grassroots.